Hey guys, what's up? Eddie Aho here with KissAnalog.com. Today what I want to do is another microcap tutorial. Okay, I'm going to show a 555 timer. I'm going to show actually two circuits, an astable and a monostable circuit. And what I want to show you is how to adjust the voltage on these models. Some of these models have the voltage, the VCC or the VDD pin tied internally to the chip, okay? And if you have that, there's a way to override whatever setting by default they have, which could be 5 volts, okay? One of the viewers asked this question, and I hope I'm answering it in this video. Let's take a look.
All right, guys, got microcap open, and here's a schematic I'm working on for the JAT collaboration. But here, let me show you something. We're going to look up 555s, okay? So, search sample circuits. Let's just search for 555s. And look at that, there's 2 of them. Let me pull up the first one. Now, what I love about microcap is when you click on a file, it just shows you the circuit without even opening it. Because I might go, oh, maybe I want to open this one. Okay, let's open this one first. Okay. So here we go. The circuit demonstrates the use of the 555. And this is the astable application, okay? Run transient analysis. And we're going to do that. Here's our output. And I'm not going to go over how to use the 555 in this one right here. I just want to show you that if you do want to change a voltage, see this one comes with 10 volts, right? If you want to change that, I'll show you how to do that. There's a parameter statement down here, okay? And I can drag this up here so I can see it. Kiss it, okay? Okay, so Kiss Analog Microcap tutorial. All right, let's go ahead and run the analysis up here. And we're going to come down to probe transient so I can live probe it. Okay, and there's a circuit. I'm going to come over here, just kind of scroll over. I could come up here and hit this window right here, which sizes the whole thing in. So maybe I'll just do that. And now I click on this, and there you go. See, the waveform comes up 10 volts because we have 10 volts here. And we also have 10 volts here. So let's go ahead and change this guy. Okay, we'll change that to, say, 8 volts. No, let's change 7, something a little bit lower. Okay, and you see this lower just a little bit, but still above 7, because this is the one that kind of drives the output. So let's change this and change that to 7 volts. And there you go. So we have a little bit of voltage drop, you know, but anyway, so there we go. So that's how you can change the voltage. And this is a Param statement, and this is in the 555. See, in the 555, this is, here, let's just open this guy up, and it says files 555, okay? So it's just a sub-circuit with this MAC address right here, okay? And then this MAC address has a whole file of stuff that's inside. But now if you want to see what's inside, here, let me show you a little trick here, in case you haven't done this yet. Go back to the probe, and I can probe around here, right? But what if I just probe right inside this? Look at that. Comes up with the, now here I can turn off these statements up here. See up here? It's showing the node numbers and all that kind of stuff. So I can turn off that kind of stuff. Or I can turn on these kind of things if I want. I can look at current, and I can look at that kind of stuff, okay? There's power, dissipation. So you can look at that stuff. But anyway, this opens up the thing. It kind of shows you what's going on inside this model of this chip. We have this RS flip-flop in here with the Q and a Q0 output, okay? And then we have this circuit here that sets up these parameters. So that's kind of, and here's a discharge transistor. So that's what the thing looks like inside. If I hover over that transistor, it shows the transistor. So yeah, you can click on things and you can look at things. Here's the statements down here for this macro, but it doesn't actually allow you, see, this doesn't highlight. If I come up here and try to go to the arrow, I can't play inside this. I can't adjust things within. I can probe and look at things inside. See, I can look at that. I can look at trigger level. So these are the trigger levels where the thing fires. I can look at this thing, and that is, see these little narrow spikes here? So, you know, I can come down here and look at all these things. I can look at the R, okay? So it's kind of fun to come down here and probe around. But now to get out of this, come up here and hit X, close that window, and you're back to here, okay? So from here, I can change these statements. All right, now let's just go to that other circuit. Search sample circuits again, 555. Okay, let's go to the second one this time. See, that one looks different. Let's do that. Let's load that one. Okay, and I don't see my parameter statement, so I can't really change what's inside here because it. Here, let me come up here and scroll down. Nope, there's no statement. So I can change this guy, but it's not going to help me change this. See, if I run this, probe transient, I can, and here, come back up here. Where's the plus minus? Plus minus, and the one next to it is the one that sizes the window and fits everything in the screen. So if I click on this, see, it comes up to 5 volts, right? Okay, so this comes with the arrow here. Let's come down and change this voltage, and we'll change it to 10 volts. And look, it kind of killed the circuit because the parameters, the way everything's set up, it doesn't really work with that. So that's not going to work. So here, let's close this. And let's come down here. I just want to copy this parameter statement, okay? So Control C. Let's go back to this one. And Control V. Okay, put that parameter statement. And I'm going to change this to 10 volts. Like that. Like the voltage I have up there, and let's see what this does. Okay, now let's go up here and say analysis, probe transient, and right there. Now, see, it's kind of messed up because of the timing, so it doesn't have time to really do everything we want to do, but you can see how the voltages, it's like up around here. This is 9.96, so it's just kind of hovering up there. Let's come down, see if we can fix this. Let's go to 8 volts. We could change the timing of the circuit so that we could get this to work. I just want to show you how you can change the voltage output. Okay, let's come back to probe, and let's see if we can probe this again. There we go. Now look, we get the 8 volt square wave, and that's 8 volts right there, just like we would expect it to be. We can look at these thresholds. See these thresholds right here? And the trigger. Now, there's a voltage I'm showing you the voltage that's inside here. Here, if I can come up to this this little magnifying glass here, I can zoom in. And we can see what's going on here. So, and I can open this up just so you can look at it. Well, actually, when you see when I'm hovering over it, it gives you a lot of information right there. So, but I can double click on this, and then it shows me all this stuff. So, what if I change this to say 6? Okay, that's 6 volts right there. And by the way, in that table, let me open that again. If you hover over each one of these are times, places, you know how, like if I hover over this one, you see P3 is time delay to trailing edge, P5 is repetition period, and 6 is the voltage level. Okay, so now that we have all that, let's see what happens. I wonder if I can do 10 volts now. Let's do 10. Saw some things change up here, right? And let's do this one. Let's change this guy to 10. And there we go. So now it's working. But you know what? This I want to show that we don't have to have these the same voltage. It depends on your circuit what you can change these voltages to, but yeah, see, there we go. There's 12 volts. I just changed that to 12. Now here, let me come up here to probe. I'm going to say delete all curves, and we're going to come over here to the voltage probe again, and I'm going to click on the output again just so you can see that by itself. Look at that. It's going up 12 volts. So this 10 volts helps set up some voltages for the internal stuff. See this stuff right here, VCC? So it sets up this voltage divider, sets up these two levels. So if you don't have those levels set up correctly, things aren't going to work right. And this guy comes into the trigger. Oh, here, let's go back and look at the trigger. So it's right here, okay? So if I click on that, it kind of shows what that pulse looks like. And by the way, there's a trigger level. So yeah, I just wanted to show you how you can play with the 555 timer, and also, you know, using those sample circuits is a quick way to get into a schematic and start playing around. All right. And also, by the way, you can look at these things here. Sometimes you can get some good information reading these things here, like this. This guy right here shows some simulation time, shows the parts in your schematic, the parameter setups. So there's some good, that's just for information, but still, it's some, you know, good stuff to look at. So I hope that helped.
All right, guys, so I hope that was helpful. And let me know in the comments below. And if you have some ideas, if you've got, you know, there's a lot of users out there in Microcap, but if you got some ideas, it's a very powerful tool, super big circuit library, very helpful. And by the way, I'll probably repeat this a few times just for people that haven't heard it, that they can hear it. VCC, VDD, VSS. What are those things? How come they have different letters? The VCC is for collector, okay? VSS is for source, and VDD is for drain. So it tells you if it's a BJT or a MOSFET type device. In this case, it said VSS and VDD. So the VDD is for the drain, VSS is for the source. So it's a MOSFET driven device. If it was a BJT, it should be VCC. So, and a VEE for emitter. Got to say that one too. So I noticed that some people may not know that. So, you know, I mentor some younger engineers at work, and I find that sometimes people aren't taught that in school. So I just want to throw that out there, just some background, help build your engineering vocabulary. All right, guys, hope you like this. Let me know. I'm repeating some of the, you know, movements in Microcap, some of the things you can do, some of the functions, just so that some repeatability. So if you haven't seen it before, you'll see it again. And I'm trying to make these videos short, even though I'm kind of going on right now, so that people will quickly turn on, just see how to use one feature, okay? And so I'm going to do more of these like that. So let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. And 2 big thumbs up to my patrons. Really appreciate the support. You can become a patron for as little as $1. There's a little link down below. I keep saying I'm going to start doing some live videos for my patrons and turn on my YouTube membership. And yeah, there's some things that have happened recently. The patrons might be a little bit more aware of this, since I kind of keep them up to date a little bit more. But I'm going to talk more about that, but I'm going to also catch up on some videos and that kind of thing. Okay, so and so I'm going to start the YouTube membership, start the live videos, see how that works out. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you next time.